Right. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. So, welcome to the free webinar. Finally, after a week of promotion, if I'm not mistaken, right? Third week. So, yep, here we are at King Zulfan free webinar. All right. So, um, hello. So, so before that, I'm just going to share with you guys like what is my coaching mission, right? Am I doing this for something or what? Right. So basically, the mission for this free coaching is to expose you guys, which is traders, to the engulfing trading system, which is for me, the system is very, very powerful, yet simple system that designed to cut through the noise of the markets, right? I know you guys have been using a lot of system. Okay, you might not find your good system, the system that you can rely on yet. And yep, and I believe trading doesn't have to be complicated, right? So by having the right structure, the clear rules, and a strong discipline, anyone can achieve the consistency. So again, my goal is to show traders how to turn confusion into clarity. That's the first one. How to turn a small accounts to a big accounts. I know most of us is not from like a very, very wealthy family, right? So that means we have like quite limited money, right? So that means we need to know how to turn small account to a big account. And then, of course, a losing phases into the sustainable and profit by mastering this proven system, which is the engulfing trading system. So, right, engulfing trading system. So you guys excited? You guys excited? Let me know in the comment. All right. Okay. So, engulfing trading system by King Zulfan. I know you guys heard a lot of engulfing trading system. I know you guys heard like, oh, we have this teacher, we have this mentor, we have this guy, that guy, we have this girl, that girl, right? So this is how I use my system, right? This is how I use my system. So I'm going to claim that engulfing trading system is going to be 100% mine, right? You guys say what you guys want to say, but this is how I trade, and this is how me and my students trade. All right. Um, so what is our agenda today? So the first one, what we're going to talk about time frames, right? We're going to talk about time frames. Why are we going to talk about time frame? Because we need to know what time frame that we should focus on, right? Let me Right. And then the second topic, we're going to talk about avoid missing entries. And then the third topic, we're going to talk about stop loss placement and then direction. And then the last one, okay, that most of you guys want to learn about this topic, which is a secret behind flipping accounts. All right. So we're going to move to the first topic today, which is we're going to talk about time frame, right? In engulfing trading system, I would say in trading, um, it's not like every single time frame is useful, right? It's not like every single time frame is useful. For this system, which is engulfing trading system, I have like few of time frames that I am going to use, right? That means I am not going to use every single time frame. Okay, because why? Because we want to make things simple. Okay, I don't want to make things like complicated just to make sure it looks professional and so on. I want to make things simple, right? So by knowing what time frame that we should focus on, we will avoid the noise that people are talking, okay, which is, oh, you need to use this time frame, you need to use M2, you need to use M3, you need to use what 1 year. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I don't know, something like that. All right, so we have three types of time frame that I'm going to teach you guys today, which is we have three sections. The first one we have 4 hour, okay, which is I would say the best time frame ever, 4 hour, and then M30, right? M30, and then the last one M1 or M5. All right. So how? Wait, let me annotate. Uh, All right, so how H4 works, right? We need to know H4, it will work as our setup and our exit. So in engulfing trading system, in my system, there is no daily setup. In my system, there is no H1 setup. In my system, there is no weekly setup. Why? Because the only time frame that we're going to look for setup and exit is going to be on the H4 time frame. There is no other time frame that we're going to look for setup. So the next one is going to be M30. So why M30? Okay. Why M30? Because M30, it will work as a middle time frame. Okay. It will work as a middle time frame that will control the market from inside, right? That will control the market from inside. So talking about M30, we have a lot of topics to talk about this, right? But I'm just going to talk about one of them, right, today, okay, which is I'm going to reveal to you guys later. All right, and then the last section of time frame we're going to talk about is going to be M5 or M1, which is M5 or M1 is going to be our entry point, which is it will help you to get a sharp execution, okay, to make sure you get a very, very sharp execution. So that means if you click the buy button, so the price is not going to, floating around there, okay? It's not going to, let's say the price get to the zone, you click the buy, and then the price is not just going to play, you floating, something like that, and then you blow up your account, and then the price start to go up, right? So we don't want those things to happen. Okay, so I just want to make sure this thing like go very, very simple, right? Give me a second. Let the chat forward. All right. So the next topic, what we're going to talk about, I am going to reveal to all of you guys about my playbook, okay? About my playbook, right? Which is I'm going to talk one of my playbook in engulfing trading system that you guys can apply to your charts, that you guys can apply to your daily trading. All right. So we're going to go to the charts, right? We're going to go to the charts, right? So what is the name of this playbook? The name of this playbook, you guys might hear this before, which is I call it as first entry zone, right? So that means if your teacher, okay, if your teacher use first entry zones, that means he might be watching my leak video before, right? So no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So what is first entry zone? So I'm just going to draw you like, I'm just going to give me a second. I'm just going to draw you this picture, right? I'm just going to draw you this picture. Right. I know most of you guys have already watched the video on the Instagram and whatsoever, right? So you guys know what is current market price, etc., etc. Okay. So let's just say we have H4 sell zone, for an example, right? H4 sell zone. I'm just gonna, right. So right now, I'm going to talk about one of my playbook. Okay, playbook. I'm sorry. Playbook. Okay, which is I name it as first entry zone. All right. So, if you guys remember on the previous slide, okay, I shared this thing with you guys, right? So how this thing works, right? Oh, I forgot to tell you guys like how this thing works. So it works as, okay, if you need to have these three things before you take the buy, before you take the sell. Okay, you need to have these three things before you take the buy, before you take the sell. That means you need to have your setup, and then you need to have your M30, and then you need to have your M5 or M1. So right now we are talking about playbook. Playbook is under the M30. So this playbook is under the M30. Okay, so you guys need to remember that. So if you go to the chart, first entry zone, what time frame that we're going to look for the first entry zone? The time frame will be M30, right? M30. So what is first entry zone? So this is the explanation behind it. All right. So when the price, okay, so this white zone this is our H4 sell zone. H4 sell zone. Right, so this is our H4 sell zone. All right, H4 sell zones. So when the price get into the H4 sell zone, okay, when the price get into the H4 sell zone, you need to know the rule, which is first entry comes first. Okay, first entry comes first. So, Kin, what is first entry zone? So, first entry zone is the M30 zone at the back. The previous M30 zones, that means this first entry zone. Okay, if you have M30 zones at the back, that means that M30 zones is our first entry zone. And this is our first entry zone. And even though the M30 is outside the zone, this is also considered as our first entry zone. First entry zone. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. First entry zone. All right. So we have three first entry zones. Let's say we have three first entry zone. So how to combine, right? So how to combine? So right now we already have the H4, right? We already have the H4. We already have the M30, right? We already have the M30. And then the last one, what we need to have is going to be M5 or M1, which is, I call it as a confirmation entry, or maybe you can call it as the entry point. So where to look for the what do we call it, the entry point, the confirmation entry? You need to make sure you look for the confirmation entry at the current market price. Okay, at the current market price. So what you need to look for here, right? What you need to look for here, look for EG or look for EF on the lower time frame, which is, it's going to be M5 or M1. So again, reminder, if H4 is telling you to sell, M30 need to tell you that you need to sell, and then M5 need to tell you that you need to sell. And then if H4 tells you to sell, M30 tells you to sell, M5 or M1 tells you to sell. So can we take a sell? If H4 sell, M30 sell, and M5 sell, can we take a sell? Yes, right? We can take this out. Right. So right now, if we have a confirmation entry here, yes, do not hesitate, and then you can click the sell, right? That means we can catch maybe 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 3, maybe 1 to 5, maybe 1 to 6, maybe 1 to 10, something like that. All right. So this is the thing that I am going to show with all of you today. Okay. This is the thing that I want to show to all of you today. All right. So before that, right? Before that, okay, I know you guys might ask me a question like, oh, how about the roadblock? How about this? How about that? I'm not going to explain about all of that. Today, I am going to share with you guys one of my playbook, right? One of my playbook. I'm just going to spill a little sauce about my playbook, okay? But I promise to all of you today, once we end this session, okay, this Monday, you can apply this to the charts and then it will work, okay? Trust me, it will work. So right now, okay, same goes when the price get into the buy zone. When the price get into the H4 buy zones, that means the first entry comes first. You might have the first entry zone, and then you might have another first entry zone, right? But what you need to make sure here is when the price get into the buy zone, the price create a confirmation entry at the current market price, right? Again, once we have all of these three elements together, I am not telling you guys that, oh, the price is going to follow it 100%. You're not going to get the SL. No, 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 no. It's not going to happen because in trading, there is nothing that we call it as 100%, right? There is no 100%. That means there is no holy grail. If your expectation joining this session today, thinking that, all right, after I learn with Keen, okay, so I'm gonna get like, oh, 100% win rate, 95% win rate, okay, 90% win rate, right? So losing trades. Okay, losing trades is normal. That's why in trading industry we have a topic where we call it as risk management, right? If there is no risk management, that means we have a holy grail technique. All right. So when the price get into the buy zone, the first entry comes first game. All right. So let's just say you don't have M5 or you don't have M1 here. Okay. What's gonna happen is the price gonna keep on going down. Get it? To where? To the next first entry zone. If inside of the first entry zone here, the price did not manage to create confirmation entry or to create entry point here, what will happen? There is no confirmation on the lower time frame. What's going to happen? It will break, right? Correct. It will break. So the price continues going down. So if you know this thing, that means you're not going to take the buy, right? That means you're not going to take the buy. What do we look out for in M5 or EG, right? Engulfing. Okay, we're looking for engulfing. All right. So let's just say the price create confirmation entry for buy. Okay, let's say if the price create confirmation entry for buy, that means we can take the buy, right? And let's just say we have a new H4 sell here. Right? Let's just say we have a new H4 sell here. So that means when the price get into this H4 sell, first entry comes first, right? Do you get what I'm saying? The first entry comes first. Okay, first entry comes first. So if there is confirmation inside of the first entry, the price gonna drop down again following the structure. Get into the buy zone, first entry again, confirmation entry, we take the buy. I am going to show to you guys later in the chart, okay? The result will be very, very mind-blowing, okay? Okay. What the confirmation entry, lower time frame. What pair are you explaining, sir? Everything. ETS works on everything, right? ETS works on everything. Don't worry about that, right? So now, okay, let's go to the charts, right? Let's go to the charts. So give me a second. Right. So, right, let's look here. This is our H4 buy zone, correct? This is our H4 buy zone. When the price get into this H4 buy zone, how do you handle it when H4 zones are too close to each other or even touching? Do you target the closest zone or do you simply not take trades? Okay. So to answer that question, okay, to solve that problem, it is on another playbook. But for now, the playbook that I'm talking about that can make sure, okay, that can guarantee, okay, that you can flip account like very, very easily. Trust me. Right. So H4, we start with the 4-hour time frame. Why 4-hour time frame? Because 4-hour time frame is the only time frame that we can look for setup. So when the price get into the 4-hour time frame, when we switch to the M30, that doesn't make sense if we are looking for sell, correct? So we need to look for buy. So when the price get into the buy zone, so we have the first entry zone here, right? We have the first entry zone here. And then we have another first entry zone here. Okay. And if you look at this, right? Let's just say if the price create a confirmation entry over here, right? If the price create a confirmation entry over here, and then you take the buy and then you hit the stop loss. Yep, that's okay. We just count it as one stop loss. But if you take the buy here, right? If you take the buy here, and then the price went up for how many pips? 700 pips. Okay. You're going to forget about this loss in just like one snap. Why? Because this is how this playbook works, right? This is how the playbook works. So I'm going to show you one more, right? So look, this one, H4. we have this H4 buy zone, right? We have this H4 buy zone. So when the price get into this H4 buy zone, what's next? Tell me, what's next? We're gonna do a lot of backtest today. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. So what's next? M30, first entry, correct? M30, right? So when we go to the M30, look for the first entry. When the price get into the zone here, okay? When the price get into the zone, okay? Boom, first entry, okay? Take the buy, the price go up. Boom. Take the buy, the price go up. If you're trying to hold it longer, you might hit the break even, you might hit the break even, right? And then when the price get into the buy zone, okay, if there is no confirmation, that means the price will break the zone. So here, why the price break the M30, it might be because of there is no confirmation entry. There is no entry point, or there is an entry point, but the price just failed that entry point. Okay, so the price break down lower, right? So move to the next first entry zone, right? Next first entry zone. Okay, so let's say there is no confirmation entry. So what's going to happen? The price is going to break the zone. If the price break the zone, since we are still inside of the H4 buy zone, when the price get into the next first entry zone, can we look for the confirmation entry over here? Marios Lapopoulos. Please be patient, okay? Please be patient. I'm going to share with you later. Don't worry about that, right? So now, when the price get into the first entry zone here, okay, what should we look for here? Do the first entry zone need to be fresh zone? No, 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 no. It doesn't need to be fresh zone or what? Because in engulfing trading system, we don't have anything that we call it fresh or unfresh. Confirmation entry, confirmation in M5 or M1. CE, confirmation, very good. So we need to look for a confirmation. So once you have a confirmation, okay, as I say, you're going to forget about, okay, you're going to forget about, oh, break even here, no trade here, and then you're going to take the buy, and then the price give you a home run trade. This is what I'm trying to explain to all of you, how to catch a home run trade. Boom, 400 pips, right? Boom, 700 pips. Get it? Okay. Okay, but you need to make sure these time frames aligned. You need to have H4, you need to have M30, and then you need to have M5 or M1. Okay, so right, so do you guys understand how many SL can we take before we give up trying to take a trade? It is up to you. If you have like, it's not gonna be like 100 SL in a row. All right, it's not going to be 100 in a row, so you don't need to worry. Okay, right? So now, do you guys understand it? Okay, do you guys understand it? If understand, please type in W. Right, there we go. W. Okay, okay, all right, all right, all right. Fair enough, fair enough. All right. So how about other pairs? How about other pairs? Right? What's your target? Right. Later we're gonna talk about target. So our direction we always start H4 main direction for us. Yep, we can say that. Right. Let's look on another pair. Let's just say USD JPY, my baby. Right? USD JPY, my baby. Okay. Why this thing dropped like crazy? We have H4. Right? We have H4. When the price get into this H4, right? First entry comes first. At the back, right? So I'm just going to use this first entry zone. That doesn't matter, right? The zone is just going to be a zone. This is what I explained in my Instagram video, right? So when the price get into the zone, okay, let's just say the price create a confirmation entry here, and then you take the sell, and then the price drop down. You set a break even, the price hit break even. Don't need to worry about that, okay? And then the next one, the price get again into the sell zone. Create a confirmation entry. Can we take the sell here? 110%. You can take the confirmation entry there, right? Why? Why we can take the confirmation entry there? Because everything has aligned. We have H4, we have M30, and then we have a confirmation entry, M1 or M5. Let's just say you take the sell and then the price drop down. Okay, I want to collect the profit. Yes, that's good for you. And then the price come back. And then we want to re-enter again. Can we do that? Yes, 100%. And then look at that. What happened right after that? Boom. This is home run trade, right? Most time on currency, it used to break CE and want to go, it won't pull back. Teacher, sorry, you don't look direction. Let's just say daily. Yep. Back to what Andy said. Yep, he'll explain it. I'm going to explain it. All right, I'm going to explain it. All right. So, oh, let's just say, okay, let's just say, oh, yesterday I got the buy here. All right. Let's just say, how about the US 100? Okay. Besham Kumar, please, all right, please be patient, all right? Please be patient, okay? I'm going to cover everything that you guys need to know, right? That you guys need to know. All right, so when the price get into, we have this H4 buy zone, correct? We have this H4 buy zone. So when the price get into this H4 buy zone, you turn the time frame to the M30. When you turn the time frame to the M30, right? First entry. Is this our first entry? Yes, this is our first entry. And then once you have a confirmation entry here, can we take the buy? Yes, we can take the buy. That is how I take the buy on Nasdaq yesterday. Boom, 430 pip. That is so damn easy, isn't it? Can you show us Ethereum USD? All right, I'm not going to go all of the pairs that you guys want, all right, for of course. Yeah, it will consume a lot of times, right? But yeah, this is how it works, right? This is how it works, right? So let's go back to our pairs. All right. So do you guys understand? Do you guys understand? Okay. Again, let me show you one more. H4 sell zone, right? H4 sell zone. When you turn the time frame to the M30, look for the first entry. Let's just say you want to use this EF. Yeah, it is up to you. You want to use this EG. It is up to you, right? But what you need to make sure is you have H4, you have M30, and then you have confirmation entry, which is M1 or M5 at the current market price. And when you take the sell, there, boom, you're buying Ferrari. Boom, you're buying a Lamborghini. All right. Get it? Okay. So if you guys understand what to type in, type kin. Wah, dishrap. All right. If you guys understand, just spam me K. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, all right. Okay, fair enough. All right. So, okay, if you guys understand it, so now it's time for me, okay? It's time for me to show you. Let's pay income tax. I am paying my income tax, man. Right, let me show you the confirmation entry, right? So what time frame is our confirmation entry? It will be on the M5 or M1. All right. So when the price get into the H4 buy zone, right? H4 buy zone here. And when we switch the time frame to the M30, okay? This is why I say it, right? So we have the first confirmation entry here, maybe, right? How to take the buy, we need to have a confirmation entry, right? So let's just say I turn the time frame to the M5. I turn the time frame to the M5. When I look here, no confirmation entry yet. So that means the price will go lower. I'm not going to take the buy. No confirmation entry yet. And then boom, we have a confirmation entry. So when we have a confirmation entry, what you need to do not hesitate, just take the trade. And when you take the trade, let's just say you take the trade and the price break the zone. Okay, you hit the stop loss. It's okay. All right. Stop loss is part of the game. right? Do not be sad about, oh, having losses and so on. No, 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 no. Okay, don't be a bitch. All right, no risk, no story, no risk, no rari, man. Okay, so all right, when your confirmation entry has been broken, the price gonna go lower. When the price go lower, you still have your buy zone, first entry zone. So when the price get into this first entry zone, what you need to do, look the confirmation entry. Look for your entry point on the M5 or M1. In this case, boom. Understand? Boom. Look at that. Look, look, look. Oh, just look, just look. Just stop talking and look. 680 pips, right? 680 pips. Can we look at M15 CE? M15. Today, I am teaching you guys something else, and then you're trying to bring something else, right? So, yep, it is up to you, Pratik Gupta, right? But today, I am teaching you, right? So, so this is how it works. So this is how my playbook works. How to layer. All right, moving on. So look here. The price, okay, this hits for buy zone. Okay, this hits for buy zone here, right? Oh, wait, give me a second, give me a second. Right, the price get into this H4 buy zone. Boom. Switch the time frame to the M30. Boom. First entry. Switch the time frame to M5. Okay. Let's just say you take the buy here. Boom, take the buy. And then boom, you're confirm. Look at that, guys. I don't want to talk much here, but take the buy and then boom, 50 pips. And if you want to hold it longer, yeah, you might ended up hitting break even, but it's okay. It's part of the game, isn't it? It's part of the game. All right. So price went up, went down. Yep, we do have a confirmation entry, right? Can we take a trade? Yes, you can take a trade, but it is going to be a little bit risky. That means you take the trade after the candle closing here. Boom, take the trade, boom, 70 pips. Let's just say 50 pips, you collect your 50 pips. 70 pips, you collect your 70 pips. And then the price come back here, boom, no confirmation entry, right? So why I did not consider, yeah, where is it? So why I did not consider, wait, yeah, let's just consider it as CE here. All right. So you have your confirmation entry again, right? You take the buy, oh, the price hit stop loss, right? Oh, the price hit stop loss. So what should we do, right? What should we do? It's okay. It's okay. Do not take your losses personal. Personal. Don't take your losses personal. Okay, that's the game, right? So when the price break down, the price gonna move to another zone, right? Trust me, all the losses will be paid right after you catch a good move. Okay. Boom. The price get into the buy zone, you take the buy. And then the price break your buy. Boom. Hit your stop loss. It's okay. All right. It's okay. Boom. Break the zone. Okay. So what should we do now? Okay. Do not panic. All right. Do not panic. Right. Do not panic. Why? Because we still have another zone. Right? So that means just now we took two stop loss. That is normal. Okay. Okay. That is normal. Right? So many entries. Okay. It is up to you. If you want to take a lot of entries, that is up to you. Right? It is up to you. But after you take losses just now, okay, I mean, like, yeah, this is playbook. This is how my playbook works. Price, create confirmation entry, and then you take the buy. Okay, you take the buy, and then look at that. Just now you took two stop loss, right? I mean, like, yeah, you take the 70 pips here just now, and then 50 pips here, and then two losses, and then you're gonna cry for it, and then you do not take this one. Yeah, that can give you 380 pips. Right? 380 pips. Okay. So if we talk about pips, it doesn't sound that right, correct? It doesn't sound like, oh, uh, I'm not really good at counting pips and so on. Yeah, I know. All right. So this is where we're going to talk about where to put our stop loss, which is it will be the next topic, right? So if you guys already understand at this point, just type in A. Okay, just type in A. Ah. All right. Okay. So moving on to the next one, which is the next one, what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about, all right, we already talked about playbook, right? So the next one, we're going to talk about stop loss placement. How are we going to maximize the risk to reward by just, okay, by just knowing where to put your stop loss, right? By just knowing where to put your stop loss. So where to put your stop loss? That is the main question here. Where to put your stop loss? So stop loss need to be below or higher than EG. Below or higher than EG on our confirmation entry time frame. All right. That means, right? That means when the price get into your confirmation entry over here, you take the buy here, right? Some of you guys use engulfing trading system in the wrong way, which is you put like below H4 zone, below M30 zones. That is not what me and my students did. What me and my students did, we put our stop loss below here. Do not put too close. Just put like somewhere around here. Right? Okay. And then look the risk to reward. I am not going to be exaggerate, but this is possible. Right? I am not going to be exaggerate here. Under HL, nah, I don't use HL stuff. Right? I'm not going to be exaggerate. 1 to 25. Is this doable? Yes, it is doable. So again, okay, again, your question gonna be, okay, what is my TP? Where is my TP? Where is my TP and all of that stuff? All right. TP, okay. Talking about TP, it depends to you. It depends on traders. Okay, it depends on traders. That means some of you guys want to hit like 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Okay, for me myself, I'm looking for 1 to 3, 1 to 4. I'm done. Okay, some of traders they are looking for 1 to 1. Some of traders they are looking for 100 pips. So TP taking profit, it is up to you guys, right? Take profit, stop loss, how much the risk, where to set the BE and all that stuff. It is up to you guys. All right. What is the ideal art to art for ETS? It depends to you. But in this session, I am sharing about like how to flip a small account to a big account. Let's just say in this case, you have a $25 account. Okay, you have $25 account. Let's just say, okay, let's just say you have $25 account, and then what you did, okay, what you did was you raised $25, right? You raised $25, and then the price went to 1 to 25. That means you're making 625 US dollars, correct? Right? So that is one of the secret, right? Having a big reward by just having a good stop loss placement. So where to put your stop loss? Below your confirmation entry or higher than your confirmation entry. Don't put too big, don't put too small. That is how it works. All right. So look at the second one. All right. The price get into the buy zone, boom. Right? Let's talk about this one first. First entry here, right? M5. All right. The price get into the buy zone, boom, create a confirmation entry for buy. And then take the buy. Your stop loss will be below than EG, somewhere around here. Okay. And then if you're looking for 122, yeah, you're done. 122 is there. And then the price, yeah, go on to 2.6. Right? Let's say you're looking for 122, boom, 122. If you're trading prop, okay, let's say if you're trading prop, you have like 400K account or maybe 100K account. You're risking 1%, you're making 2%. Can I put stop loss based on ATR? I don't know what is ATR. I don't use those stuff, Right, again, when the price get into the buy zone again, take the buy here. Stop loss below than EG, but somewhere around here. And then look, the price give you 1 to 3.4. Okay, just looking for 1 to 3, boom, TP. Okay, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, hit stop loss, hit stop loss. Okay, so you're still up 3R. All right, so when the price get into this confirmation entry over here, boom, you take the buy. Okay, let's say you take the buy. Your stop loss need to be below than your EG. All right, and then there we go, your home run trade. When the price go up, if you think the price can go higher, okay, if you think the price can go higher, why not you just hold it and then set the price to the break even, isn't it? And then look at that, 1 to 11. That means if you're risking $100, you're making 1K. Full margin trade, that is up to you guys, but I do not suggest full margin trade. I do not suggest full margin trade. And then look at this one, H4, M30. Look for M5. Okay. Look for M5. Boom. M5 over there. M5. Take sell over there. Where to put your stop loss? Higher than EG because we're selling. And then the price went down. Boom. 1 to 5. Correct. If you're not be exaggerate, yeah, I can do it. Okay, I can do it. 1 to 25 again. But yeah, here's the thing. This is what I've been sharing in my Instagram for the past couple of years, couple of months, right? Why? Because this is how I flip the account. This is how I grew a very, very small account to a quite big account, which is, yeah, I proved to you guys that this system works. Why? I've grown like $10 account to 1K, $200 account to like 700, 50 to 300, something like that. All right. So that is the thing. Okay. So now you guys already know. Okay, you guys already know how H4 works. That is the first one. Second one, how the M30 works. That is the second one. And then last one, how the confirmation entry and how the entry point works. Right? Right. So if you guys understand, just spam N. There we go. Coded meeting. Understand first time very well. Very good. What about M1? If M5 is good enough, why we need to use M1, right? All right. So the next one. Okay. The next one. Yeah, I think okay, let's do a little bit more backtest here. Okay, let's do a little bit more. All right, maybe we're gonna talk about this one here. Okay. M30. Oh, we have first entry zone. Just drag it. All right, first entry zone over there, and then switch the time frame to the M5. So this is the trade that I showed to you guys that I managed to catch 1 to 10, right? Look, the price get into the buy zone. Yep, I took the first loss here. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, right? Why should I yeah? The price go up, hit my stop loss. All right, that is okay. That's okay. All right. And then the second one, the price give me another chance. So why should I waste this chance, isn't it? Right. And then when the price come back into the zone, I take the buy and the stop loss below this. And then, yeah, I know the price gonna go up because I released the bias to all of my students to buy on gold. And then boom, following the bias of my fundamental stuff. And yeah, it works. From here to here, 1 to 10. Oh, yeah, it's 1 to 13. Yeah, somewhere around there. I mean, like 1 to 10. Yep, here. Okay, 1 to 10. That means if I am risking $500, I am getting back my 5,000 bucks, right? Okay, so this is how it works. So this is how we play with this playbook, right? This is how we use the playbook. All right. So in the system, okay, in the system, I have a lot of playbooks. Okay, I have a lot of playbook. I'm not like a lot of playbook, like few playbooks. But this playbook, we rarely use it. Right, we rarely use it. There's some reason behind it, right? Can do you wait for candle close to take trade? No, 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 no. CE, just take it, right? Hates I win, tails I don't lose much. It's all about risk management. Okay, it's all about risk management, right? If you think about risk to reward, okay, if you think about risk to reward, okay, when you take a loss, you're taking -1R. But if you're taking a win, you're taking like 1 to 5, 1 to 3, 1 to 10, 1 to 9, right? Tell me about compounding. Why? It's not a topic for today, brother. Sorry. Okay. All right. Understand. Okay. Do you guys understand it? Do you guys understand it? If you guys understand it, yeah, just spam me anything. Just spam me anything. Okay. This time, just spam me anything. Yeah. Okay, good. W. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Good. I'm not good, man. I don't eat grass. All right. So we're gonna move on to the next topic. Okay, which is we're gonna talk about. Guess what? Okay. Guess what? We're gonna talk about wait. Direction. Okay, you guys love this. Okay. You guys love this. Okay. What you guys keep on asking me, oh Kin, okay, Kin, why direction is very, very important. Okay, why direction is very do I need to be very, very good at direction? Guys, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. If you know, if I teach you direction, and if I don't teach you micro inside of the direction, I mean like micro inside of the ETS, you cannot trade. If you know where the price is going and you don't know how to take the buy, what's the point? Okay, before that, I'm just gonna make you guys realize that you guys before this, you are focusing on something that is not that important. Let me tell you guys something. Me and my students, we don't even care about that actually. but we are cooking, right? We are cooking. Okay. I need to do this all. I can do this all day. Okay. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Boom. Can you guys see it? This is my student. 1 month. The winner is 71%. Okay. Yeah, we don't even care about direction, bro. Okay. But yep, since this is one of the topic that you guys want to learn, right? Okay. So H4. Exactly. H4 and M30 is a core strategy. Because H4 and M30 will tell you where to take the buy, where to take the sell. If you know direction, will go for the buy, but you don't know how to take the buy, you are in the big trouble, mate. All right. So, but yeah, don't worry about that, right? Don't worry about that. So let's talk about direction, since you guys want direction. So when we talk about direction, okay, okay, the time frame that I personally use, I use weekly, right? Which is we're gonna combine weekly with another time frame, which is daily. So now we need to understand how weekly works. Weekly will work as your direction. Okay, as your direction, where the price is going. Okay, buy, is it sell, which is zone, right? So daily will work as our confirmation direction. All right. Daily will work as our weekly will work as our direction. Daily will work as our confirmation direction. So let's just say weekly sell zone, weekly buy zone. Okay. So when the price get into the weekly, let's say weekly buy zone. Okay, when the price get into this weekly buy zone, That means we need to know that the price is trying to push all the way to the weekly sell zone. Okay. So how to make sure the price go up? We need to have a confirmation direction. So what is confirmation direction? EG or EF at CMP. So if you have EG buy here on daily, that means your direction is telling you to go for buy, right? So you can take the buy and the price gonna start going up, right? When the price get into the weekly sell zone, if there is no daily confirmation direction, the price gonna break the zone. Get it? All right. So if there is daily sell zone, you say boom, daily sell zone. So your direction is telling you to go for sell. So look for H4 sell, H4 sell, H4 sell, H4 sell, H4 sell, H4 sell first entry, H4 sell first entry, H4 sell first entry. That is how it works. Okay. But let's just say if you don't know how the heck H4 and N30 works, okay, you got your direction confirmed already. You know the price gonna go down. How to take the buy? How to take the sell? Oh, you're in a big trouble, as I say, right? So direction is just for holding trades, not really. Yeah, maybe we can say that direction is for holding the trades, but I would say direction is more to adding like extra confluence, right? Extra confluence. So, okay, the next backtest should be US 100. I just want you to use gold, man. All right, let's use like currencies maybe. GBP, JPY, right? Just use anyone. Yeah. Weekly sell zone. Are you intraday or swing trader? I'm a lover. When the price get into the weekly sell zone, right? How to confirm this weekly sell? Can you use BTC as example? EG daily. So when daily created EG, right? Bro, this shit is scamming me. I give this direction to all. Yeah, look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is what I shared to all of my students. All right. When daily give you EG sell, and then look at that. The direction is going for sell. Understand? Weekly sell zone, daily sell, boom, boom, boom. Okay. So in UG, do we have it? So we focus on sell. Yes, you turn to H4 and look for sell. Yeah, that is how it works. Yeah, actually, this shit is little too simple, brother. Okay, get to the buy zone, create daily buy. Look what happened right after that. The price going up. Isn't that easy? And then when you turn it down into the H4, what you need to do is look for buy, and buy. Right? Buy for entry, buy for entry, buy for entry. Yep, easy. Okay. Till the next weekly. Yep, we can say that. But need to be careful with the daily, with the H4 inside, with the candle closing and all that stuff. We still have a lot of thing to cover inside. Okay. Oh, so can I use just daily for direction, teacher? I am teaching you weekly and daily, and then then you try to do something else. Yeah, it is up to you. If you are doing something else, it is up to you. But for now, about direction, do you guys understand it? Right? Look at this. Look at this. ETH. Okay, ETH. I shared this signal to all of my students. I'm not lying. I'm not lying at all. Right? I'm not lying at all. Weekly buy. I told my students that I am buying ETH here. And then the 222%, man. Okay, 222%. This is Ethereum, okay? Crypto. When the price get into the buy zone, look for daily. I told my students, okay, we're pumping this shit. Boom. Daily buy, confirm. I go to my, I go to my crypto stuff, crypto platform. What I did, I buy here. Boom. Yeah, it seems like it's little like crazy, but yeah, this is how it works. And again, weekly buy. confirm with the daily. Bro, look at that. Okay. Yeah, I got like few position on Ethereum. Okay. I buy from this level like 1.5 and then somewhere around here 3.5. Okay. So the latest one is just like 34%. Yeah, it's a lot. I know it's a lot, but yeah, it's very, very doable. After daily, how take trade, brother. Come on. Don't ask me those questions. All right. So now, yeah, that's all about that shit. Right? So if you guys understand, just spam W. W. Damn, that's crazy, man. All right. Okay. All right, all right. Oh yeah. All right. So how long? How long have been in this session already? Oh, it's been 1 hour already. All right, guys. All right, guys. So today, okay, yep. I think you guys learned quite a lot of things today, right? You guys learned quite a lot of things today. Okay. You're the best, my bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. And by the way, this thing, yeah, it can use on anything actually, right? It can use on anything actually. For an example, yep, this stuff here. Daily, daily confirm by, right? This week, gold. Times we should look for trade. You have a gift at simplifying stuff. It's thank you so much, man. Why you keep on complimenting me, brother? I'm shy, brother. Okay, how to join your Discord group? I don't have Discord. I just use Discord to play games. Which other pairs do you look or at if gold is ranking? I do trade. Yes, 30. I do trade Nasdaq. I do trade like Dow Jones. I do trade UJ as well, right? All right. So now, right now. Yep. If you guys already understand about that, so that we come to this topic, right? I'm telling guys, this is all right. Yeah. Okay, I'm drinking my water first. All right. So now, flipping accounts. All right. Flipping accounts. The technique behind me and my students' explosive account growth. Nanti show setup yang tadi dah tunjuk dah. Yang tembus-tembus tu. Right? So now we are talking about flipping accounts. Okay. A lot of you guys, I'm telling you, most of you guys come to me, okay, DM me like, okay, how do I flip accounts? Reply my story. Okay, how do I flip accounts? How do I flip accounts? Right? How? So yeah, people keep on asking you like, okay, and what's the source, right? So there is no specific source actually. Okay. So yeah, about flipping accounts, I did yeah, me and my students, okay, did a very, very like explosive account growth, right? So if you can look here, okay, this is me. Okay, this is me. In one day, my account, okay, 1085% growth. Okay. That means if you had make a deposit of $10, you're growing it into 1K, I guess. Is it? Something around somewhere around that. Okay. This is in one day. How this thing works, right? People ask me like how this thing works. Yeah, I revealed to you guys today. I already tell you guys like, oh, I do this, I do that, I don't do this, I don't do that, right? And then one more. In 5 days, the total growth is 7,931%, 8,000%. Okay, this is me personally, my personal account. Okay. I mean, like this account cannot be like, oh, 100K account. I made 8,000 growth. Nah, it doesn't make sense. All right. It doesn't make sense. Okay. Maybe it might be like $500 account, right? It might be like $100 account. 8,000%. Okay, 5 days, right? And then still, right? Still $56 to 200 US dollars, right? And this account was from $10. Okay, I managed to grow it to 132 US dollars, and still $10 to 83 to 146. And then this one started with $10. Yep, I grew it to 198, which is almost 200 US dollars. Okay. So a lot of you guys think that, oh, this thing is like, oh, it is impossible to do this. It is impossible to do that. Yep. It is impossible if you think it in impossible way. Okay. If you think it in a positive way, because now you already have one of my playbook. Okay, one of my playbook. So you can use it. I showed to you guys the price went up 25R. Okay, this is too, if this is too exaggerate for you guys, okay, I'll show you guys 10R. Oh, if this is too doesn't make sense for you guys, I'll show you like 1 to 5R. Okay, so all of this stuff is achievable. Okay, if you know, if you have a very, very strong system behind you. Okay, which is, I would say, engulfing trading system is a very, very reliable system. Okay, it's very, very reliable system. Okay, and more. Okay, it's not just like me doing all of this stuff. This is my students, bro. Yeah, I'm not screenshotting like every result that they sent to me. Nah, right? But this is from one of my students, right? 450 US dollars to 2,000 US dollars. Is this possible? Yes, it's possible. Okay, this one. Okay, so this guy, yeah, he is trading demo account, but I tell him to trade properly, entry and exit properly, and all this stuff. Okay. And then he started with $200 to $600 after session one with me, after one session, like one full session, right? And this guy grew like $50 to $800 and then ended up this account from 50 US dollars. Look at this, 50, right? Can you guys see it? 50 into 1,000 US dollars. Okay, 50 to 1,000. Right? And this is me, $17 to 70. And then I managed to grow it, if I'm not mistaken, until like what, 300, 400, somewhere around there. And this is me as well, $21 to $261, right? And then again, let's say at the first entry zone, the price is almost exiting. Do you martingale? Nah, don't use martingale. Stick to my stop loss. Yeah, stick to my stop loss. This one, I started my day with 28 US dollars. I started my day with 28 US dollars and managed to make not that much, 400 US dollars, right? So, okay. Hi, King. Sorry, I was just able to join. Can you oh no. I'm so sorry, man. Okay. Because we're already like, yeah, at the end of the session actually. All right. Yep, this is within one day. All right. So one more thing, like all of these students, like, yeah, and the way they grow account and all that stuff, yeah, we are doing live trade, okay. In the student session, in the student group, we are doing live trade. I shared with them like all the stuff, like what they need, okay, which is the market outlook. Okay, I'm telling them that, oh, the bias is going for buy, the bias is going for sell, and all of this stuff. Okay, let me show you like in the group chat, right? Show you in the group chat. Look, I say bullish on gold. Okay, bullish on gold. I say to all of my students, and then look what happened after that. Boom, 520 pips. So this stuff will help. Yeah, will help like most of ETS user to get a home run trade. If 500 pips going up, if your stop loss is 20 pips, that is what, one to, I don't know, do the calculation. All right. So, okay. So today's session, okay? So today's session, I exposed to you guys, yep, one of my playbook, one of King Zulfan's playbook that made him decent amount of money, that made his students decent amount of money by just trading, following the engulfing trading system, which is the system is very, very useful, very, very strong. And it is the most important thing is it is very, very reliable. Okay. In flipping account, full margin in one trade, right? It doesn't need to be full margin. Okay, it doesn't need to be full margin. Wait, what was the sort? Okay, so basically, okay, if you guys don't get it, okay, if you guys don't get it, I mean, like, if you guys like don't get it, okay, if you guys don't get it, so how to flip an account, right? So this is we want 50% for your course to all of us that we joined today. Oh, really? You guys need that? Right. Okay. So nah, 70%. Okay. Wait. Let me explain this one first. All right. Okay. So let's just say this is okay. What I showed to all of you guys now. Oh, winning 25R, winning 10R, winning 5R, winning 7R, winning like 11R, 15R. Okay, it is possible. But let's just say, okay, if you guys have like, okay, $200, let's say you have, I mean like $500, let's say $500. If you guys have $500, okay, I would suggest you guys to divide this account to 10 accounts. Get it? It doesn't make sense if you take 10 trades and 7 of them are losing. It doesn't make sense. Right? So with this $50 account, it is up to you guys to risk 50% or risk 100%. What you guys need to know that what you guys need to do is to look for a big R. Okay. What is big R? Big R is gonna be like, oh, 1 to 5. Not that big. 1 to 10. 1 to 20. Yeah, basically, let's do like 1 to 5. Let's say 1 to 5 to 1 to 10. It's doable. Okay. If you are risking $25 from your $50 account, which is you're risking 50%, if you can get 1 to 10, okay, this will give you 250, and then plus your balance 50, 300 US dollars. This is what I did, man. $500 account to risk per trade 50%. What the fuck? No, bro. Nah, don't do that. Okay, it is quite risky. Okay, I mean, like, if you have 500, okay, if you have 500, divide to 10 accounts. Oh yeah, he must be rich, man. He must be rich. Okay, and then let's just say let's say 5 of this account managed to get 1 to 10, or maybe 1 to 5. I think at least you're making like what, 2K, 3K, something like that. Can I be your friend? Yeah, I am your friend. Right? Do you guys get it? So this is what I showed to you guys just now, right? Look at this. Okay. Oh, wait. $28. Okay. Yeah, because it is $28. So I am risking $28. So now 28 to 120, it's like somewhere around 1 to 10, isn't it? No. 1 to 7, 1 to 6. Right here. Okay. And then again, I trade. Yeah. Kin, please explain the prop firm. Prop firm is like, it's a little bit expensive to explain. Right. So this is what this guy has been doing also. He managed to get like a really, really big trades. Okay. Look at that. 50 to 1K. Okay. This one as well. I managed to take like 1 to 5, if I'm not mistaken. Risking 17%. Sorry, risking $17 to get 70 US dollars. Right. And then this one, yep, managed to get somewhere around 1 to 10 trades. But I am risking $20. Okay. So, right. So now, okay, So now, do you guys understand it? Do you put BE on this trade? Yes, I do put BE on this trade. I do put BE on this trade. But since it is like a small account, right? So I have like, yeah, I have like bigger balls to hold it and all this stuff. Heard your one student flip into a mill. Is that true, bro? I'm not gonna bring up that story here, but I saw that account. Okay, but I saw that account. He come and met me, and then yeah, yeah, you know, okay. How to hold a trade? Just hold it. Just hold it. Try to combine it with the direction that I teach you just now. All right. So So today I've already show you guys one of my playbook. Okay, I already show you guys one of my playbook, which is yeah, it's the sauce for today. Okay, how do you stack trades to TP? What rule to break even? No rule. It is up to you actually. It is up to you to set break even, how much you want to put your stop loss and so on. Okay, tertiba rasa kaya. Amin, amin, inshallah. All right. So before we end this session here, I would like to invite. Okay, I would like to invite again. I would like to invite you guys to continue the lesson. Right. I would like to invite you guys to continue the lesson. Yeah, because I am planning to do an advanced ETS webinar, right? An advanced ETS webinar on 6th of September, right? Okay. So in this webinar, I am going to teach everything. All right. So look, today I did not share with you guys at all. Okay. I did not share with, wait, can you see this? Okay. Okay. I did not share at all with you guys, right? Oh, your classes have been going on. I've been backtesting memang padu gila, alhamdulillah. Right? Okay. I'm gonna make a very, very good offer to all of you guys that join this session today. Right? I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise. All right. So I would like to invite all of you guys to come and join me, okay, to continue the lesson, right? To continue the lesson. You're gonna be very, very happy when you hear the announcement that I'm going to make later, like what support that you're gonna have. All right. That's too long. Make it tomorrow. Wait. All right. So the purpose of this mentorship is to master the engulfing trading system. Okay. Master the engulfing trading system. That means I am sharing every single thing, every single knowledge that I know to all of you guys. Right. Okay. Yeah, I know it's time to give back to all of you guys that have been supporting me. Okay. I've seen like my Instagram has already hit like 5K followers. Thank you so much, everyone. And then again, I'm teaching you guys how to identify a high probability setup. Right? It's like a mentorship webinar, exactly. Okay. Identify high probability setup versus low probability setup. Okay. Learn to grow small accounts. And then the last one here. Okay, thank you, my admin. The last one here, sustaining your growth long term, which is I am going to give you guys a limited time access to live trade. Okay, limited time access to live trade. Again, limited time access to live trade session and trade breakdowns. All right. So what you gonna guys? What do you guys gonna get from this? All right. So the webinar session, advanced ETS, we're gonna talk about advanced engulfing trading system. Yeah, we're gonna have like 2 to 3 hours webinar. The purpose of this webinar to master full, okay, full. Can I zoom in a little bit more? Okay, to master full ETS system. I'm going to send this PDF to all of you guys later. All of the system, everything that you guys need to know, and then at the end of it, you guys gonna make your first 10K US dollars with ETS. I have a plan to all of you guys. I have a blueprint to all of you guys. Okay. For those who want to do like funded account or what, yep, don't worry about that. Right. And then this is the support given. Okay. Start operating by tomorrow. That means, okay, because the date is 6th of September. Okay. 6th of September. That means by tomorrow, this 30 days will start after 6th of September. So the first one you're gonna get 30 days access to Market Outlook. What is Market Outlook? An outlook for gold, currencies, crypto, and so on to make sure you stay ahead of the market with my insights. And then you have 5 times access to private live trade session. If you join me by tomorrow, yeah, I think you're gonna get more than 5 times access to private live trade session with me. All right. Learn how to apply engulfing trading system in real-time market. Okay, which is most of your seafoods scared to do this, right? And then another support given 30 days access to fundamental bias updates, which is yesterday I released a new bias that gave my students 500 tips, very, very easy. And then the last one here, 30 days access to webinar students group. We're gonna have a group, guys. We're gonna have a special group for us to discuss, right? And if you join this earlier, you might get access to all of this longer, such as extra live trades pass, etc., etc. So we're talking about the price, right? Talking about the price. Since you guys are here, join me, support me, and all this stuff, right? Someone requests like 50%. Someone requests like 30% from me. Yeah, I'm giving 68% discount from my current personal coaching. All right. Yep. All right. It's 179 US dollars. All right. I'm telling you, 179 US dollars is going to be covered in the live trade session. Yep. All right. All right. Okay. So for webinar, I'm just giving out like every sources that I get, every sources that I got. I'm just, yeah. Okay. So this is the thing. Okay. All right. So this is the thing, right? Slamming my car on the table, right? So this is the fees, right? So this is the fees. Okay. So so again, I'm telling you guys, by joining by paying 179, what you guys gonna get is this: 30 days access to Market Outlook, 5 times access to private live trade. You gonna be inside of the live trade session with me, bro. Okay. 179 used for the webinar. Yes, it is for webinar. That will be cool. That will be start on 6th of September. I don't know what kind of offer is this, but yeah, am I out of my mind or what? But yeah, this is what I'm giving you guys, right? Does it include the Telegram group? I'm not giving away this. No, not this group. Okay, not this group. Okay, not this group. But you can get this kind of P&L. You can get this kind of, what do we call it, results, right? Bro, man, what are you guys talking about? Not in India. I do not understand, mate. All right. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna see you guys in another site, right? So I'm going to send you guys the details later. Okay. Details later. So again, see you guys 6th September, guys. This is the fee. And then yeah, why not? We just, yes, full strategy. All right. Again, full strategy. All right. So I'm gonna see you guys inside. I'm gonna share with you guys every single thing on 6th September. What is my A plus setup? What is my what setup you need to focus on, and all of that stuff. I'm going to send you details in the Telegram channel later. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining today. Okay. Thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate every single one of you here. Again, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna see you guys 9th September to continue the lesson. You guys gonna be the best trader. Okay, I promise you guys. I promise you guys. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Assalamualaikum. See you, everyone. Bye bye.